management.
They're not.
I help.
You're going to run a business, all right? And as John said, we're going to keep track with dollars. Right? Dollars are important in every organization, whether it's federal or civilian or commercial, no matter what it is. You're either trying to slim down your budget and do more with less money and all those things. So all of those things are important. So you're going to do a little bit of that. And you will feel a little bit uncomfortable. Things will be a little bit confusing. You may not know what's going on. All right? It's okay. It's supposed to be like that. What this is, it's a simulation, experiential learning. So what we're trying to do is get you to understand in 3 hours what most organizations can't figure out in a year. Okay? So we're trying to get you to understand some of those things. And it'll be painfully clear as things kind of move forward. And we'll make some suggestions and we'll work things out. When you think about things and you develop new processes and new methods for doing things, then things will improve. And you'll see that very clearly. You'll see things turn red and sounds go off. And you'll see numbers 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 or all. That correlates to the business is affected. Okay? Clear as mud? Do you not have the answer to 98?
Is it not in your knowledge base?
6 and 3. 6 and 3.
Whoa.
Oh,
Are you working on 98?
98.
We were working on 54. 6. Here's the answer to 98.
Yeah.
63 is the answer.
98, we don't have 98.
Well, that's your question never instead of 63,
Right, there you go.
We
still 72 out of 96.
48 and 60. All right. Very good.
Okay, this is unit 1 and 2. We have a ticket in?
Yes.
Excellent, fantastic, marvelous.
Okay,
What's the answer?
Business 1.
You have another incident on the board. Business unit number 3.
Figure out how to get this.
Oh, another one. Things are breaking, things are falling apart. Let's go. Missed some shipments, lost some money. You lost $1 million.
You guys got your resumes filled out?
2 workarounds and 2 fixes they can use.
Okay.
We're subtracting.
that would be
Tremendous drop in stock value.
is it question 54?
You guys are watching the board. What's going on?
Go for it.
Still know the answer to question 45.
45, the answer is one bracket. 4 and 9.
4 and 9.
We can tell her. The answer is right here.
It's going to be okay.
4 and 9, 7 and 6, 8 and 5.
So we're just trying to solve
Is that your knowledge base?
No answer.
60. I need the answer to
60.
60.
Answer is 16. 1 6.
1 6.
We're starting out.
All right, let's go.
Work.
It's working.
That's sub 1. Sub 1.
Sav 1.
Hey, let's go. I haven't heard from anybody yet.
What's the answer?
She's going for it now.
You get a workaround?
We're going there. We're going with a workaround. Hold on.
Okay.
She's going for it now.
86 is the right question, though, correct?
Right. Let's go ahead and still work the question.
We don't have
Still
the
work the question. We just want to work around.
I asked her just to work around for invoicing.
For invoicing.
All right. Let's go. Let's got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes for it.
Okay, so.
All right.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Magnus, how many?
So,
Magnus, 1, 2, 3. 3.
I thought they were
84. 84. Question 84.
84, we don't have it. We don't have 97, we have 98.
I need 97.
All right, we don't have
Guys, we need you to correlate. You gotta come to us as one ticket. We're getting messed up. No, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Domestic tracking. Do we have that?
Unless it's all coordinated.
and that's the foundation of ITIL, right?
Exactly. But you have to learn it kind of, doing it by
Right.
because you understand it with your brain until you actually have lived through it.
Okay, so George, what was your role when you took part in the ISM session?
I was the service delivery manager, in the ITIL simulator.
What did you like about the session?
Well, it was very realistic. It was a great way to immerse yourself in an environment that you may not necessarily be familiar with unless you've worked in an IT shop or in the operations group within an organization. In this case, it was a commercial organization, a logistics management company, a commercial enterprise.
And do you think that this workshop would work for your Maximo customers? Would they get any value from it?
Well, absolutely. I saw two different kinds of customers that would benefit from this. One is the business management team or the business manager, to immerse them in a very real-life, realistic simulation of the kinds of challenges that their IT operations face day to day. And then the IT operations manager or the IT operations team is also going to benefit by seeing the impact that their operations have on the mission of the business or the mission of the organization. In this case, a commercial enterprise, and the problems that they've run into have a real impact on the revenue and profitability, the ability of the company to meet customer requirements and delivery schedules, and give them an appreciation for how their business affects the business's business.
So, Carter, what were your overall impressions of the session this morning?
Well, first of all, I just found out about this, so I wasn't really aware of what to expect when I got here. And I run the help desk, so I took on a different perspective as a group director, whereas I now understand what the business, how the business is involved with my team, solving problems that interact with the business and how everything relates to profit. So it was very interesting for me.
And what overall lesson did you take away relative to service management?
Like, I did understand that it could be very chaotic based upon the business, the language between the service desk and the help desk and the business itself, because in that first process, it was just confusing. It was a lot of chaos. I just got frustrated myself as being the group director. So by the time we got down to round 3, how everybody started to understand what role they had and how they could work together to solve the problem, it became a much easier process.
What would you tell a customer or a friend or a colleague if they asked you about the session?
I would tell them that they have to come to the simulation because it enlightens you. It makes you a lot smarter.
So what would you tell a customer or a colleague if they asked you, how was your session today?
It was crazy.
Right. How so?
It was crazy. It was fun, and I say it that way in that you know there is a certain amount of I shouldn't say kind of role play, but it really kind of helps you understand where some of the problems actually are in your own organization, and how improving processes can actually improve the running of your organization and the service that you're providing to your customers. That's really kind of the biggest takeaway.
So, Lane, what were your overall impressions of the session today?
Well, I think the simulator really illustrates what an interdisciplinary set of challenges organizations face and how difficult it is for people who have a common interest to come together around a common approach to solving problems. I think the before and after scenarios that are brought out through the simulation process really illustrate the need to look at your business processes, at your technologies, and at the skill sets your people have from a completely different perspective.
What are some of the key takeaways that you think participants came away with respect to service management today?
I think it really revolves around creating a set of technology standards, a common language that links business requirements and business objectives and new business initiatives. Objectives not at a tactical level, but also at a strategic level, and linking them to the underlying infrastructure requirements that you're going to need in order to achieve your mission objectives.
And what would you tell your colleagues if they asked about the session?
It's really it's very difficult to get the types of people and the types of discipline different disciplines that are required to accomplish to run a business, whether it's in the private sector or in the public sector, in the same room to see each other's pain. I think that this is it should be a C-level exercise, and it should connect the dots between what the rank and file are doing on the front end at the point of the spear with their customers, all the way up to the C-level folks that are trying to deliver either shareholder value in the case of a private sector, or to meet their key constituents' needs in the public sector.